This batch of dough is going to give you approximately 4 10 to 12-inch pizzas. Today I'm going to show you my go-to pizza dough, and I'm going to show it to you in 3 different timelines so that you can make it work for your time schedule and your taste preference. So let's get started. When you're making pizza dough at home, you want a pizza dough that you can use the same day or you can use in 3 days. The longer you let your pizza dough sit and ferment, the better tasting, the stronger the structure, and the more airy chew you get. So, can you use pizza dough on the same day that you made it? Yes, you can. Will it taste the same? No, it won't. Will it be as strong? It won't be. Will it have that great pizzeria chew? It won't. But it's still usable, it's still workable, and they're still going to be great. So let's get started. So the first thing we need is 6 cups of bread flour. So I want to show you how I measure my flour. So I have 4 cups here. I need 2 more cups. So I put my flour in a big bowl so I don't make a mess. And then I just take a spoon and I scoop it up and I put it inside the measuring cup. Then I take a butter knife, the back of a butter knife, and I swipe backwards and forwards. And then you have the perfect cup. That's not too compact, it's airy, and it's accurate. If you want it even more accurate, you can weigh your dough on a food scale. So one more time, I just scoop it up, put it in the cup, backwards, forwards, perfect cup. That's our 6 cups of bread flour. So let's start making the dough. I have 2.5 cups of water that I've warmed to 110 degrees. To that, I'm gonna add 4.5 teaspoons of instant dry yeast. And to that, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of sugar. And I'm just going to give that a mix. And then we're going to set this aside and we're going to let it bloom until it becomes all kinds of frothy on top. To this bowl of my stand mixer, I'm going to add in 6 cups of the bread flour that we measured. And to that, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And now to that, I'm going to add in the water and the yeast and sugar. That's nice and bloomed. We're going to add the dough hook to our stand mixer, and we're going to get that all incorporated on low. Okay, so once all of your ingredients are incorporated, this is what it's going to look like. And it's not even close to ready yet. We're going to let this go on medium-low speed for 10 minutes. And that's going to knead the dough for us. And when it's done, it's going to be slightly tacky, but not sticky. Look at this gorgeous dough. It's not sticking to my finger at all. It's just slightly tacky, but not sticky. So now let's get it out and divide it up. So our pizza dough is done. So I just want to prepare my bowls that I'm going to put it in. And I'm dividing this dough into 3 equal portions because I'm making 3 different pizzas. So just give your bowl a nice spritz. Now our bowls are prepared. So let's get the dough. Look at this gorgeousness. Let's get the dough out onto the table. Isn't she pretty? So I'm just going to knead it for a minute or 2 just so I can get a nice round shape out of it and make sure it's fully kneaded. This doesn't take long. And you can see I did not put any extra flour down on the table, and that's what makes this dough so beautiful. You don't have to add extra flour to it, and as long as you kneaded it properly in your stand mixer, it's not going to be sticky. I think we're right there. Now I'm just shaping it. And the way I like to get a perfect round smooth ball is I put the dough in front of me and I slightly pull back. Turn it, put it in front of me, slightly pull back. And look at that. One more time. And look, she's perfectly round, perfectly formed. And look at it. See how it bounces back? One more time. And can you see how she's going to bounce back? That's how you know your dough is done. Now that I have my dough ball formed, I'm going to split it into 3 equal portions. So I just take a bench scraper. So now I have 4 equal pieces that I'm going to separate, and I'm going to just, again, put them in front of me and pull them towards me to get them nice and round again. And the rounder you get your dough, the easier it's gonna be for you to roll out a round pizza. Just like that. So now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it in my bowl, each piece. This batch of dough is gonna give you approximately 4 10 to 12 inch pizzas, depending on how thin you roll it out. Got to spray this bowl. Boom. So now I'm gonna take each one of my bowls and I'm gonna cover them with plastic wrap and I'm gonna pop them in the refrigerator for 72 hours. That's right. I'm gonna take each bowl, I'm gonna cover them in plastic wrap. This one I'm gonna use today, and these 3 I'm gonna use on Saturday. Remember in the beginning I told you this dough can be used same day, or it can ferment in the refrigerator and develop its strength and its chew and its flavor for 72 hours. So these 3 are gonna sit in the refrigerator for 72 hours, and this one we're using today. So these are the 3 that we're gonna put in the refrigerator, and we're gonna let them rise and do their thing and develop in the refrigerator for 72 hours. I wrap them with saran wrap, and you hear that? It's like a drum. You want your saran wrap to be tight. You don't want to chance drying out your dough. Having dough with a dry top, number 1, is not pretty, and number 2, it isn't tasty. So make sure you can play the drums on your wrapped dough. So those are going in the refrigerator. And then this one, we're gonna put in a nice warm place, and we're gonna let it rise and do its thing for about an hour to 2 hours, or until it's doubled in size. Once that happens, I'll show you the next step. While you're letting your dough rise, just put it in a nice warm place and let it do its thing. Do not try to rush the rising process. Several things can happen when you do that. 1, you can rapidly rise the yeast, and the temperature variation can differ, and the structure of your dough will not be the same. There is several different hacks out there that tell you how to rapidly rise your dough, and you do not want to do that. 1, especially when you're using the dough on the same day, you're trying to develop as much structure and flavor as you possibly can in a short amount of time. When you force something to rapidly rise, 1, you're going to throw the texture off. 2, you're definitely not going to be able to develop any flavor when you do that. So you just let it rise naturally. The 1 or 2 hours that it's going to sit and rise, it's going to develop some flavor. Is it going to have as much flavor as if you let it rise for 24 hours or 72 hours? No, but it's going to have flavor. If you rapidly rise it and you get it to rise in 30 minutes, just think about it. The flavor you're going to get from 30 minutes and the flavor you're going to get from 2 hours is going to be 2 different worlds. So let it just do its thing. Make the dough when you have the 1 or 2 hours to let it come up to rise naturally.